So you want to play Plague Star as a Decoy Nova. Good choice. In this video, I'll be going over everything that's happening both in-game and in my mind during a meta run of Plague Star so you can fully understand what your role is and what you should look out for. Let's start with the build. This is what I have on my Nova. You can replace the aura with pistol amp or rifle amp if you wish to give your squad a little bit of a damage boost for the Hemocide. We subsume Loki's Decoy over Nova's second ability, Antimatter Drop. This is what makes Decoy Nova, Decoy Nova. The strat is to use the Savior Decoy Augment to teleport out of the Toxin Cave quickly by dying on purpose. And since we need to be very squishy for this, we'll also equip a Bleeding Dragon Key and a Decaying Dragon Key to lower our health and shields to a minimum. This does hurt our survivability in Phase 4, but if you have a Wisp in your squad, the Vitality mode is more than enough to keep you alive. As for weapons, you can use anything you like. I recommend at least a weapon like the Kuva Brahma or Zar that can deal big AoE damage for Phase 4. If you want to min-max further, you can choose to not use a Focus Skull that gives you extra armor as a passive, but in my experience it doesn't make a big difference anyway. Alright, enough yapping, let's get to the actual bounty. Phase 1 entirely relies on how fast you are. The faster you grab that toxin, the faster your squad can move on to Phase 2. When you get into the plains, place down your decoy and wait for the toxin to spawn. Once the toxin spawns, head toward it on your Archwing as quickly as you can. There are multiple caves it can spawn in, but it always spawns in the same spot in those caves so you can build up muscle memory after a few runs. Use your portals to quickly cover large areas of the caves and get to the toxin. When you have the toxin, you can bring up the pause menu to skip the animation and immediately go bother a nearby Grineer for them to kill you. This will trigger your Savior Decoy Augment, teleporting you back to the gate. And that's all there is for Phase 1 really. Let's move on to Phase 2. If your squad is doing 4 spawns, and they should be, you would wait either at the gate or at the Orkin pillar to the left of the gate after the toxin is retrieved. This will cause the toxin mixer to always spawn at the same spot. Once it does, make your way over, open the doors, and put the toxin in. Now, as Nova, your job here is to set up for Phase 3. You have 3 whole minutes to do so, so don't rush it, do it right, not fast. Alright, so I'm just going to showcase how to set up for Phase 3. All you need to do is come over to the boil first, and we're going to use our Necromax summon to help us out. This is the location, just right there. We're going to put our Necromax there, and then we're going to make our way over here. And then here I like to use the synthesis scanner because the zoom helps us out. It's to come over to like here around this smudge.
Seriously?
Shot. Alright. So around to this smudge and then look at this rock, the tip of this rock in front of this tree. And then from here we're gonna look at this rock and then place our portal like that. Make sure you go back a bit so that your new portal is as close to the orb as possible so that the drone travels faster. And our third portal, we're going to put it to the right of this tree, kind of here. If this erudite formation spawns here, you can use it as a guide. Just kind of put it in the middle. And then from here, we can see our Necromax head peek out. Just aim at that, place the portal down, and that's about it for the portal start.
I'm technically not supposed to drive.
Now, in order to force spawn
screw it.
the drone here, we also need to stand right over here on this rock.
Location marked.
As long as everyone is standing here or in this general vicinity, really, the drone will always spawn there and you shouldn't have any issues. So yeah, that's about it. After you set up your portals, you'll still have plenty of time left over for the mixer. You can go help your squad if you want, or farm some resources for crafting more Eidolon flaxes. Up to you. Hell, you can even do an Eidolon if you want. Just make sure that you're at the 4th spawn spot at around 30 seconds left on the mixer, since most people will likely use where you are as a guide on where to stand. Once the drone spawns, the person carrying the toxin will make their way over and hack it, and it'll instantly travel through your portals to the boil, and Phase 3 will be completed in less than 5 seconds. Now the last phase. Your job here is quite simple. Just make sure the Hemocide has a molecular prime on it so it's faster, and you can also help with DPS. Now there is one extra thing you can do to help out your Wisp, if you have one in your squad, and that is setting up a clip portal. This is a portal that's placed in such a way where walking through it will clip you inside the boil, where Wisp can place down a haste mode. This step is entirely optional and has minimal gain on the speed of the Hemo side, but it's still good to know. Alright, so for the clip portal, like I said, this is entirely optional and often has very minimal gain, but just in case your Wisp prefers it, it's good to know. Firstly, make sure you have a vitality mode, because the toxin from the boil hurts a lot. We're just gonna position ourselves around here, aim at that flower, and then put our portal down like that. Die, and then have to do it again. 1 second. Okay. Stand on the slope, aim at the top flower, kind of toward the top. Put the portal down, and when you walk through, there we go. You'll be inside the boil. Your Wisps can place a haste mode around here, and if you want, you can also stand in here, armor strip the Hemo side when it spawns, and apply molecular prime on it. And that's about all you need to know about playing Decoy Nova in Plague Star. I hope I was of help to you, and have fun.